Hi, I'm Serotonin, and this is my Blood Queen Lana'thel 25-man walkthrough. Alright, for this she-bitch, you're gonna need 2 tanks of any type, 6 to 7 healers preferably, and as much DPS as you can possibly get. This is the DPS and healing check of ICC. All the other ones before, nah, they were nothing. This is also the non-failing check. Everything must be done correctly, otherwise you're going to wipe. If someone gets MC'd, wipe. Not enough DPS, wipe. More than 2 people die, wipe. This fight has a bite mechanic. It's how you get her from 63 million health to 0. And a really easy way to determine bite order is if you get the Blood Queen add-on. Only one person has to have it, but this person must be the raid leader. And it helps a lot with bite orderings, when to notify people, when to bite, who they're supposed to bite. It puts marks on the people that are going to get bitten. It's really, really nice. It's on curse.com. Alright, now to her abilities. For phase 1, she does Shroud of Sorrow. It does 4.5k shadow damage every 2 seconds to the entire raid, so we love our healers. Yay! She also does Delirious Slash. You get 50% weapon damage, and it does approximately 5k bleed damage every 3 seconds for 15 seconds, and this will stack. Her next ability is Blood Mirror. This will do 100% of the damage done to the main tank to anyone who is close to the tank. So hopefully it's the off tank that is taking all this damage. The tanks need to stack up at all times. Alright, her next ability is Swarming Shadows. She'll cast this on a random person. You'll spawn fire every 1 second for 6 seconds. It does 6k shadow damage if you're in it, so as soon as you get it, make certain to run to the sides of the wall and run along the wall, so that way it's not like right in the middle of the floor. And her next ability is what this entire fight centers around. It's Vampiric Bite. It does 12k physical damage to the highest DPS target at the start of the fight. After that, they will get Essence of the Blood Queen, increases your damage by 100%. You heal for 15% of your damage, you deal no threat, and after 60 seconds, this causes Frenzied Bloodthirst. You must bite your next target within 15 seconds. Otherwise, you'll get uncontrollable frenzy, you're MC'd, and it's pretty much a wipe. Make certain that you are running towards your target as soon as you get this. You'll get a little button that will be your bite mechanic. The next ability is Pact of the Dark Fallen. This will link 3 random people. It does 3.5k shadow damage to those people and also anyone within 10 yards of them every 1 second. The linked people, you have to get within 5 yards of each other. I mean, basically standing on top of each other. And make certain, we preferably go just to the middle of the floor and just group up and don't move until that is gone. And for phase 2, she only does 2 things. She will, number 1, incite terror, which will fear you for 4 seconds. And then she'll also do a blood bolt whirl. This will shoot twilight blood bolts at random players for 6 seconds. The blood bolts are also shot off during phase 1, but it's usually like 1 person. They do 10k shadow damage to a random person, and then if you're within 6 yards of that person, you'll also take that damage. So make certain you spread out. Positioning for this fight is not hard at all. The tanks are always going to be stacked on top of each other up on the platform. Melee is going to be right behind her, but preferably not too close to the tanks. And then ranged and healers are going to be spread out around it. Preferably healers right in the back of the middle. And then the other range will be on either side, but try to stay away from the wall. Alright, more than anything, this fight is a gear check. It checks your DPS, it checks your healers, it checks a lot of things. There are a couple things that you need to remember is that the person who gets the bite first is the person with the most DPS at the very start of the fight. So, especially if you pop your trinkets, and maybe if you're not recording a video, you know, that kind of takes down your latency a little bit, so... But for the most part, you just remember your bite order. The Blood Queen mod really truly does help. You'll notice in my my chat window, it'll say exactly who is going to be bitten next and what the bite order is after that. Remember, once you get the swarming, whatever it is, the purple fire,
Gwen, Valorant,
that you
Rose.
try to move out to the sides of the wall. You don't want it to be like
Keep
right
out.
in the middle, because then people are gonna run into it when they get the Insight Tear. It does disappear after a little while, but it's gonna stick with you for a bit. Also make certain with your pact that everyone runs to the middle. If you'll notice in the video, the warlocks have their teleporters right in the middle, so that way they can immediately get there. This will hit range,
behind melee.
She doesn't really care. It will
Fire
never
a
hit the
vegetarian
tanks.
summon.
Tanks, make certain that you're stacking on top of each other. I mean, you really and truly are not going to be moving in this fight, like at all. So, just make certain to switch once you get, you know, maybe 2 or 3 of the stacks. It depends upon, you know, how comfortable your healers are with it. And let's see here. Yeah, pretty much once she gets down to about 13 million health, you need to have about a minute left. If you are at a minute and she has like 20, you probably won't make it. It'll be a wipe, she'll enrage. And so just make certain that you get her down to about there. If you'll notice, she's doing the Insight Terror. And if you'll notice, everyone's running around, and just make certain to spread out, because the blood bolts, they will hurt.
Stop moving.
They probably will wipe the raid. So the Insight Terror is over, and
Summit,
it's just back to DPSing her down. If you'll notice, you can see the swarm, it's on the back of the wall, and that's where you're supposed to be. We've got the pact, and everyone's moving together, and voila! There we go. You also want to try to keep that middle area clear, so that way when people run in with the pact, they won't be close to people, and no one's taking damage except for those people, which is what you want. But otherwise, yeah, that's the fight. There's really and truly not too much more I can tell you. You just need to make certain to pay attention to who gets the bites, and also if you have the bite and your timer is up for biting somebody, if you cannot find your target,
lockout.
It is much better to bite a healer than for you to get MC'd. I mean, it's kind of inconvenient because you lose that DPS, but it would be worse if you got MC'd and then you totally completely lose the bite, you lose the DPS, because the healer can always bite another DPS.
Move 5 summit.
So, yep, I guess I'll let you listen to the rest of our events, and I will see you in the rest of Ice Crown. Good luck and have fun.
Alright, this next set of bites is important.
Food random respected. Fight out.
Find your targets. Almost.
Fire out. Killborn, Valorant, random. Fire, you just...
Come on, get back in the middle.